So here's the story I just told about what happened today. So, I work in the lobby of a luxury apartment complex, which has its good days and its bad about how busy it may be for me. And today was a day, when nothing had happened. It was so slow. I just sat there and barely helped anybody all day. Anyhow. And with 15 minutes to go before I was leaving, the fire alarm went off. Like crazy, like it was a... So I get up and start looking into it to see what the hell is going on. And as I'm walking around, a guy scuttles by me and says, "There's a car on fire in the garage." And I was like, holy shit, man. So I'm like, I gotta do something about that. And I know that there's a fire extinguisher around here and it's under my desk. So I go back and I get the fire extinguisher and I'm like, car on fire on the second floor of the garage. There's the stairs. I start going up the stairs. As I'm going up the stairs where I'm about to open the door to the garage, people are coming out of the hall with two people and like a 90-something-year-old lady. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you guys got to get out of here. Here's the door to the garage. And I open the door and a face full of smoke. And I'm like, so in front of the 90-year-old lady and two other people, I was like, oh shit. And ran the door closed. I was like, yeah, you got to go down and we got to get out of here. And I got to go down and through the garage with the extinguisher and see if I can put a fucking car out. So I do that. And when I get up near where the car is on fire, and it is totally engulfed in flames. It's parked away from me at the top of the ramp, up away from me, but I can see that the hood and the just whole front of the car is on fire and just shooting up to the top of the garage. And thank God, right to the right of it was an open part of the garage that led out to the back of the fucking alley. So there was air was coming through there. Otherwise, it would have been crazy. And I go to take the fire extinguisher to test it to make sure, okay, I'm going to run up to this car and go blast it out and get it out. And I go to do it and nothing comes out. The fire extinguisher at my desk was empty. So now I'm standing there, car's on fire, crazy in front of me. And I'm like, I got nothing, man. And I'm like, oh my God, is the fire gonna reach the engine or wherever the gas is in that car and fucking blow up? I gotta get out of here. And I bolted back down to the street. And sure enough, the fireman came and when I took him back up there, so we get back up there. So this is now several minutes later. The car is just crazy on fire and so much smoke. And the fireman, so I see him in the coat with the hat and the whatever, and he disappears into the thickness of the smoke. And the car is beyond him. And I was like, God damn, that's serious. And they got other hoses up there, and eventually all the sprinklers from atop, I was surprised, like this shit goes off every other day at this place. And I'm like, the fucking sprinklers, this thing is giant on fire, and there's sprinklers right above it that should have fucking gone off immediately. Like the fact that it sat there on fire for so many minutes. Oh my God. Anyway, so I was this close to being a hero today. A man with a fire extinguisher puts out a car on fire in a garage and saves it from spreading damage to the rest of this nice building over a Whole Foods and whatnot. I was that close to being a hero today, and the goddamn thing was empty. And so God bless our firemen who respond quickly. But the rest of the story is, so the firemen are there and they do their thing, and it was crazy. I've never been that close to something that was that legitimately on fire like that. And so guys are running around and I'm taking them down. Where's the pump room? It's in the basement where the fucking water's coming from. And and I'm running around with these guys, and they're everywhere now. And out on the street, there's two ladders, I guess, right? And there's a guy with the paramedics and the fucking gurney just set ready to go if someone was up there and fucked up and whatever. But luckily, no one got hurt. It's a miracle. So I'm running around with these guys, didn't even realize it was like 45 minutes. I was about to leave work. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm still in my suit and tie. So by the time I realize it's about 5 o'clock and they're done and it's out and the whatever, I was completely soaked through my shirt and my jacket. Came home, took a shower. I was driving home. I was wet, like the sprinklers had got me in the garage with the car on fire. But that was just me running around with all these firemen. And so I asked them at one point. I was like, "Hey, did I do the right thing? There's a fucking car on fire in this garage. Like, I know that I have a fire extinguisher theoretically at my hands. Shouldn't I go and try to put it out if I can?" And he was like, "Honestly, we're coming. Let us come and deal with it. You don't want to get burned." Because again, I open up the door from the staircase out into the garage where it's burning actually on the other side, really. And it was full on smoke mustard in my face, like something out of Backdraft. And I was like, God damn. And so all day I was, in certain areas, whatever, at one point a guy was like, "Yeah, you should probably have your eyes checked out." And I was like, not really. At that point, it was really, I'm sure I was sweating into my eye, just like when I played pickleball the first couple times. I was sweating so much, I had to stop and wipe my eyes. Anyway, so that's it. My tale of almost heroism. Scott saves the day. Almost. So, see you in the hallways. Stay out of the kitchen.